going to do question 1, and 1.1 we are asked to solve for x. So we're going to solve for x for 1.1.1. So we're having x squared minus 6x being equals to 0. So the first step is to factorize. So we're going to factor out the x, and then we have x minus 6 being equals to 0. And then x will be equals to 0, or x minus 6 will be equals to 0. And therefore x being equals to 6 from this side. So, and then we have x being equals to 0. So these are our solutions of x for this problem. 1.1.2, where we are going to solve for x correct to 2 decimal places. So whenever we are given this, we know we have to use a quadratic formula because we cannot factorize the problem. So we have x squared plus 10x plus 8 being equals to 0, right? And our quadratic formula is x being equals to minus b plus or minus the root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a, right? And our a value is equals to 1, our b value is equals to 10, our c value is equals to 8. So you're going to substitute these values in your quadratic formula, and then you have x being equals to minus into 10 plus or minus the root of b squared, which is 10 squared, minus 4, our a value being 1, and our c value being 8, right? And then we're going to divide by 2 into 1, right? So the solutions of x that you're supposed to get is minus 0.88, or x being equals to minus 9.12. So these are your solutions of x. So now we're going to do 1.1.3, solve for x with an inequality sign. So we're having 1 minus x, close bracket, open bracket, x plus 2 less than 0, right? So the first step is we're going to find our critical values, which 1 minus x being equals to 0, or x plus 2 is equals to 0. So we're going to transpose x to the other side. We'll have x being equals to 1, or x being equals to minus 2. So these are our critical values. So the next step we're going to do, we're going to draw our number line and present our critical values. So the first critical value is minus 2, and another critical value is 1, right? So I'm just going to write critical value, right? So what you're going to do here is you're going to test values before your critical values and values after your critical values, right? So the main solution that we are mostly interested in is a negative solution of y, right? Because we are given an inequality that says find the values of x such that the values of y are less than 0, right? So we are mostly interested in y values being negative. So the first step we're going to do is we're going to test any value below your minus 2, which can be minus 3 in this case, or you can choose minus 4, it's fine. And values between minus 2 and 1, we can simply say minus 1, right? And then values greater than 1 can be 2, 3, 4, whatever value you choose. So I'm just going to choose 2. So you're going to test these values here. You're going to test this value and this value and this value into your equation. Remember, you have equation of 1 minus x plus 2, right? So you're going to put, for example, you're going to put x equals to minus 3, right? Substitute it here and substitute it here and find the sign. yes, you're gonna get the answer, but we're mostly interested in the sign of the answer. So I did the calculations for x being equals to minus 3 rather, sorry, which is this one here, and I found that the sign of the solution being negative, so meaning that values that are less than minus 2 are going to give you negative solutions of y. And then I did test for x being equals to minus 1, right, and found that the y values of that solution are positive. So that's another solution. And also I tested for x being equals to 2 and found the solutions to be negative, right? So we are mostly interested in negative solutions, remember, because our inequality sign is less than 0. So as you can see, this is where you get negative solutions of y. So in this case, the first solution is less than our minus 2, and then the second solution is greater than 1, right? So we're going to use our critical values to conclude our solutions of x. So how do you do that? We're going to say, because we are mostly interested in the negative solutions of y, which is this one here and this one here. So we're going to use this inequality for the first solution and say x must be less than minus 2, right, to get this negative solution of y, right, or x must be greater than 1, right, to get this negative solution of y, right? So this are your solutions of x. We're going to do 1.1.4, where we're going to solve this sad form of equation. So we're having x plus 18 inside the square root being equals to x minus 2, right? So the first step we're going to do is square both sides, right? And what we're going to have on the left hand side is x plus 18 being equals to, so you're just going to expand this expression here, so it's going to be x minus 2 and x minus 2, and use FOIL method to find the product, right? So this to multiply this and that, so you're gonna have x plus 18 being equals to x times x is x squared, x multiplied by minus 2, minus 2x, x multiplied by minus 2, so it's minus 2x, plus 4, right? So you're going to have x plus 18 being equals to x squared minus 4x plus 4. So you're going to transpose this to the other side. We'll have x squared minus 4x plus 4 minus x minus 18 being equals to a 0, right? So you're going to have x squared minus 5x minus 14 being equals to 0. And then you're going to factorize, so you have x and x, 7 and 2, which are factors of 14 that give you the middle term. So here is going to be negative and here it will be positive, being equals to 0. So x is equals to minus 2, or x is equals to 7. So please test in the initial given problem and see which one is true, which solution of x is true. I did test and I found that x is not equals to minus 2. So this is the solution of x. Okay, so now we're going to do 1.2, where we are asked to solve simultaneously for x and y using both equations that are given below. So we're having x plus y being equals to 3, so this would be our equation 1, and we have 2x squared plus 4xy minus y equals to 15, so this would be our equation 2. So then we want to choose one equation to be our equation 3. So let's choose this one because it's simpler, and we can simply say x being equals to 3 minus y. So this would be our equation 3. So whenever we see x, we're going to substitute with 3 minus y, right? So what we have here is 2 into, so we're having x squared, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to say 3 minus y whole squared plus 4 into, so instead of writing x, we write 3 minus y multiplied by y minus y being equals to 15. So we're just going to expand this expression here. So you will have 2 into 3 minus y and 3 minus y plus 4 into 3 minus y multiplied by y minus y equals to 15. Then we're just gonna multiply through this expression here using your FOIL method. So we will have 2 into 3 multiplied by 3 will give you 9, and then we have minus 3y, which is this 3 multiplied by this 3, and then this 3 minus y multiplied by this 3 here is going to give you minus 3y also, plus y squared, and then plus this y here will multiply everything that it finds inside the bracket. So it's just going to be 4 into 3y minus y squared, close bracket, minus y is equals to 15. Right, so you'll have 2 into 9 minus 6y plus y squared plus, and then the 4 will multiply everything inside here, so it's going to be plus 12y minus 4y squared minus y equals to 15. Then the 2 will multiply everything inside the bracket, and we will have 18 minus 12y plus 2y squared plus 12y minus 4y squared minus y, and then let's take this 15 to the other side, so it's minus 15 equals to 0. And then if you collect like terms, you'll see that this minus y will subtract this 12y. So these two go away, and we'll remain with 18 plus 2y squared minus 4y squared minus y minus 15 being equals to 0. And then we subtract these two here, and we remain with minus 2y squared, and then this 18 and this minus 15 will give us plus 3, right? And then we're just going to say minus y being equals to 0, which is this y here, and then we write everything in standard form, so it's minus 2y squared minus y plus 3 being equals to 0. And then we're just going to divide by minus 1 both sides. We'll have 2y squared plus y minus 3 being equals to 0. So to factorize this expression here, which is equals to 0, it's going to be 2y, and here it's y, and we want to put 3 here and 1 here, so that when we add this 3y and this 2y, they give us the middle term, right? So so it's going to be a positive here and a negative here. So it's going to be 2y plus 3 being equals to 0, or y minus 1 being equals to 0. So we're going to transpose this 3 to the other side. We have 2y being equals to minus 3, or y being equals to 1. So we're going to divide by 2 here. So we have y being equals to minus 3 over 2, or y being equals to 1, right? So we're having our solutions of y. Now we need to identify the solutions of x. Remember that x is our third equation, which is equals to 3 minus y, right? So we're just going to substitute our values of y. So when y is equals to minus 3 over 2, what is our value of x? X being equals to 3 minus 3 over 2, right? So we're going to get a solution of 9 over 2. And when y is equals to 1, what is our value of x? It's equals to 3 minus into 1, and we'll get 2, right? So these are your solutions of x and y. Now we're going to do 1.3, and we are told that if n is the largest integer for which n to the power of 200 is less than 5 to the power of 300. So we need to determine the value of n. So what we have here is n being to the power of 200 less than 5 to the power of 300. So for us to find the value of n, we can use our laws of exponent and remove these 200. So we're going to multiply by 1 over 200 both sides, so it's just going to be 1 over 200, right? And then we'll remain with n being less than 5 to the power of 300 divided by 200, right? So it's going to be n being less than, so this zeros go away, we have 5 to the power of 3 over 2, right? And you can put this in your calculator and you will have n being less than 11.18, right? So we can conclude and say n is actually equals to 11. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, suggestions, or comments, please write them in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more videos.